What is up, my friends? It is Monday night's late night news roundup, and you are very welcome along. Over the course of the next few minutes, we're going to be discussing a new club coming into the mix for Harvey Elliott's signature. We're going to be discussing the fact that Liverpool might be fighting a losing battle to try to sign Giovani Leone. We're going to be discussing Marc Guéhi a little bit, as well as, of course, talking about the Luis Diaz situation and Liverpool's pursuit of Rodrygo. That and lots more to come over the next few minutes, but you know the score. I want to know your thoughts. So let us know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. But most importantly, don't forget to come across and join the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp community. Scan that QR code on the screen there now. We've just gone past 10,000 members. And thank you so much to everybody who's joined us so far. Right, I'm going to get straight into it because, as I've mentioned, lots to go through. So we asked tonight if people think that Ibrahima Konate will sign a new contract at Liverpool Football Club. With over 2,000 votes cast, over 70% of those people felt confident that Ibu will agree new terms. Let me know in the comments, though, what you think. For what it's worth, I'm basing this off just intuition and nothing else, but I'm quietly confident that Ibu will stay at the club. Some reports today have suggested it's 50-50, so let's wait and see, but I hope he does, and I also want us to bring in Marc Guéhi on top of that. Now, before we get stuck into the Harvey Elliott conversation, there's been a little bit of chatter, and that's all I'm going to describe it as at the minute, chatter, that Liverpool may make a play to try to sign Rodrygo from Real Madrid on loan initially with an obligation or an option to buy. Now, I'm not saying that this is a fact just yet, but it is starting to gain some momentum and it's been spoken about more. So let me know what you guys think. What we do know is, according to reports, Rodrygo has turned down the opportunity to go to Spurs, and if he does leave Madrid, lots of reports suggest that Liverpool are his destination of choice. Right, let's go. Graham Bailey, who said Harvey Elliott is on Spurs' shortlist after missing out on Morgan Gibbs-White this summer. Liverpool value the midfielder at around £50 million. Now, I think if Harvey Elliott does move, we'll probably see what's being discussed. Either a straight sale for 50 million or 40 million, with Liverpool having a buyback option, most likely something similar to Jarell Kwanzaa's, one that would come in 2 years' time. So let me know what your preference would be. For me, I'd take the lesser money with the potential option, but I want to know what you guys think. Right, next up, we're going to speak about Giovani Leone. And I said, are the Reds fighting a losing battle here? Well, a report from Corriere dello Sport said Newcastle United and Spurs, along with Liverpool, are all keeping tabs on the Parma player. They're wanting at least £30 million for the 18-year-old. However, the report also says that he has promised Inter Milan that he will sign for them. Now, is that true or not? I haven't got a clue, but watch this space. If he does move and he is going to Inter Milan, well, then that will be him that we've maybe lost out on. Haddo looks like he's closing in on a move to Chelsea. So surely it's Marc Guéhi at that point. And Liverpool don't want to get drawn into a saga for Marc Guéhi. But I'd make the argument, as I have done many times on this video, on these videos, that you should bring him in no matter what happens with Konate. I think we can give plenty of minutes to Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Marc Guéhi this season. Guéhi can play either centre-back position, which gives us the opportunity to rest Virgil on occasion. And Konate, well, if he picks up a knock or just needs to be rested, I really feel bringing Marc Guéhi in, regardless of the Konate situation, should be what we're looking to do. Now, Alex Crook tonight has said Alexander Isak is pushing a move to Liverpool. Liverpool are just waiting for Newcastle to show encouragement before submitting a British record transfer bid for Isak. Now, while we're talking about Isak, what needs to happen before Liverpool have a chance to sign him? Well, Newcastle needs to get in reinforcements. I think that's pretty obvious. We know that they've been pushing for Benjamin Sesko. We know they're interested in Ollie Watkins. We know that Nicholas Jackson is on their shopping list. But tonight, Florian Plettenberg said this: Manchester United are not giving up on Benjamin Sesko. As revealed today, United have presented the player with clear figures and their project. Sesko is impressed by Manchester United's efforts to sign him. However, Newcastle are fully in the race and not backing down. An offer is ready to be submitted at any time, and Leipzig are now demanding at least €80 million, which is about £67 million, something like that. And look, sincerely, Newcastle at this moment in time, in my humble opinion, are a far more attractive proposition than Manchester United. They're in the Champions League. They're a club with very ambitious owners going in the right direction. And they're not like Manchester United, who are sacking staff left, right and centre, telling them the club has no money, but yet seemingly going out there and spending a couple of 100 million in the transfer window. I don't like what's going on at United. Quite frankly, it's none of my business. But if I was a player, I'd certainly be looking at Newcastle ahead of United at this particular moment in time. Now, sticking with Newcastle, this report here from Everything Newcastle United Football Club said if Newcastle fail in the attempts to sign Benjamin Sesko and Johan Visa, they will not sell Isak this summer. I don't know how firmly I agree or disagree with this statement, because yes, I've always known Newcastle will need to get in a replacement, but I would add into the mix there Nicholas Jackson as well as a potential option. Newcastle have to bring in striker, probably two. They've lost Callum Wilson. They missed out on Ugo Ekitike, who of course joined Liverpool. And on top of that, we're trying to sign Isak. So I totally understand that they need to get a replacement in. And like I've mentioned, I think if I'm Sesko, I'm going to Newcastle. They go on to say that Yasser Al-Rumayyan is ready to take control of what is happening at Newcastle. Feeling around the club is those in charge can't do the job. Now, I said this earlier on in the window. I think Eddie Howe's been done dirty up at Newcastle. He's got Paul Mitchell in before him who's left. And Eddie Howe is not only having to try and coach the team and prepare for the season, but seemingly is taking charge of a lot of the transfer business as well. It's a lot to get done. So I don't blame Newcastle fans at this moment in time for maybe feeling a little bit disillusioned. They brought in Anthony Elanga, but they've missed out on many, many targets. Trafford going to Manchester City. So it's looking like Newcastle are going to move for Aaron Ramsdale. Now, if I'm a Newcastle fan, these aren't exactly the type of signings that are getting me up off my seat and excited. Elanga, very good piece of business. So Newcastle could have the financial power to blow United out of the water here if they get a British record transfer fee for Alexander Isak, and that's why I feel they should take the offer, because it would give them the ability to go in there and really make a statement, spend the money that we know their owners want to spend, but PSR and some other things are maybe stopping them from having the freedom to do as much as they'd want. The money's still on the table from Liverpool. That offer is probably going to be forthcoming soon, but it'll be dependent on Newcastle showing some willingness to accept a record proposal. So that is pretty much where we're at for now, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back tomorrow for the late night agenda, a news video around 4:30, 4:45, and of course, we'll have the late night video tomorrow night as well. We won't be covering the game on Wednesday against Yokohama Marinos because it's too early for this dude. I'm not going to lie to you, but we will be back on Wednesday as normal. If you haven't, do let us know your thoughts on the video in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out the Anfield Agenda Clips channel, which has just gone past 53,000 subscribers. We'd love to get the YouTube silver play button over there. We need to get it to 100,000 to do so. And to do that, we need your help. Thank you so much for tuning in, my friends. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Much love and take care. Bye-bye.